Don't miss out on the chance to help animals that need our assistance the most. By purchasing one of our unique bracelets, you are donating 10% of the profits towards helping abused animals get a better life. Worldwide free shipping included. One bracelet, another chance. CureTheAnimals.com. I'd like to ask you to leave a like on this video and join that notification squad by hitting the subscribe button. Also comment down below when you do so, and we'll do our best to reply to as many of you as we possibly can. It has been nearly 20 years since SpongeBob SquarePants made his way into our lives, and with its unique humor and its colorful, quirky characters, the show is still one of the most popular ones on television. However, there are things that most people never noticed or simply ignored when watching the show. So, take a deep breath as we dive into the peculiar world down at Bikini Bottom to show you 10 hidden secrets you missed in SpongeBob. If you know a little bit about head-footed aquatic animals and can count to 8, you will notice that Squidward, the bad-tempered, pretentious, and cynical neighbor of SpongeBob, is not actually a squid, but an octopus, as he only has 6 tentacles instead of 8. The show's creator and former marine biologist Stephen Hillenburg stated that it was simply easier to draw him that way and that 8 legs would make the character look too crowded. A running gag throughout the series is the fish who always yells "my leg" during moments of chaos. The fish that appears in green, blue, or lavender and can be heard in various episodes actually has a name.
My leg! My leg! My leg! My leg! My leg! My leg! My leg!
It was revealed in the Season 2 episode Patty Hype, where he is greeted by his name by another fish called Tom, whose name is revealed for the first time in this episode as well.
Hey, Tom!
Fred! Hey, you want to eat at the Krusty Krab?
Nah, let's go to the Shell Shack. They've got a talking dog.
Great! Say, what's a dog?
In the episode Sleepy Time from the first season, where SpongeBob visits dreams of others, we get to see some of the characters' driving licenses and learn some details about the characters that most viewers probably forgot or even didn't notice in the first place. Even though the SpongeBob SquarePants characters don't seem to age, it was still surprising to find out that Mr. Krabs was born in 1942, making him 76 years old as of 2018. Yet even more astonishing is SpongeBob's age of 32 years, as our immature and silly hero was born in 1986.
Where am I? Is that me? Or is this me? Am I still dreaming? This must be Gary's dream.
Strange is the fact that he has won the Employee of the Month award at least 374 times though, since that would mean SpongeBob has been working at the Krusty Krab for about 31 years, so practically all his life. Everyone loves the SpongeBob characters for their weirdness and quirkiness, but what if all that was a result of nuclear testing by the US? This popular theory is based on the fact that the show takes place in Bikini Bottom, which is part of the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific Ocean, where the US tested nuclear bombs in the 1940s and 1950s. During these tests, they set off numerous bombs to see the effect, and one bomb called Baker was set off several meters underwater, which, according to the theory, created Bikini Bottom and explains all the bizarre and talking animals living there. Another related theory is that Sandy Cheeks, who is the only character that isn't a sea dweller, moved there from Texas to study the results of the testing, but then became too close with the inhabitants of Bikini Bottom and decided to abandon her studies and stay. Sandy is interested in science after all, so this second theory might be a possibility if the first one were true. SpongeBob SquarePants creator Stephen Hillenburg was against celebrities providing guest voices for this show because he was afraid it would lead to a comparison to The Simpsons. The only 2 exceptions during the first 3 seasons of the show were Tim Conway and Ernest Borgnine, who voiced SpongeBob's favorite superheroes Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. After Hillenburg resigned as showrunner, many famous voices were welcome to make guest appearances on the series. Celebrities including Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, Robin Williams, Amy Poehler, Johnny Depp, Victoria Beckham, Patton Oswalt, Scarlett Johansson, and even basketball star LeBron James have done voiceovers for the famous cartoon series following Hillenburg's departure after Season 3 and the first SpongeBob movie. In the episode Rule of Dumb from Season 4, Patrick is crowned king after discovering a family tree that shows he is a descendant of royalty. However, at the end of the episode, they find out that it is actually Gary the snail who is the royal heir. But most people didn't pay too much attention to the fact that the family tree also shows that Gary's father Sluggo is Patrick's father's brother, making Patrick and Gary first cousins. And there are 2 other things that most people ignored about Patrick. One is the fact that he only weighs 2 ounces according to his driving license, where his birth date is exchanged for his weight. The other thing is that he has a sister named Sam, who comes to visit in the episode Big Sister Sam of Season 7.
It's so good to see you! You, Sister Sam, have much catching to do! Wow!
She's a huge starfish with black hair and mainly makes grunting noises and is pretty aggressive.
What I hold in my hands is a family tree that goes back centuries. It starts with the marriage of King Amoeba and Queen Mildew. Then, through a few inbred generations, ends at you, Sir Patrick, which makes you a descendant of royalty. You are a king. And now...
One of the biggest secrets on television is the recipe of the secret Krabby Patty formula that makes Mr. Krabs' burgers so delicious on SpongeBob. We all know that Mr. Krabs keeps his Krabby Patty formula hidden and under lock and key, and the recipe has only been shown as some scribbling with measurements beside it in the series. Even though SpongeBob can be seen preparing a burger with the formula in one episode, it was still not entirely revealed what goes into it. The real recipe was supposedly posted on Nickelodeon's website with the message, "Do not share this with Plankton." But since it contained imitation crab meat, which is made out of fish, fans were outraged and Nickelodeon had to intervene and declare that no one in Bikini Bottom is a cannibal. So the mystery remains and might never be revealed, but fans have come up with a lot of interesting theories. A Reddit user, for example, suspects that the secret formula is not actually real, but only something that Mr. Krabs made up in order to keep Plankton busy and prevent him from opening his own restaurant. But there are also a few other theories that claim that the main ingredient in the Krabby Patty burger is in fact real crab meat, since every other item on the Krusty Krabs menu has its key ingredient in the name. And if that's not enough evidence, how come Mr. Krabs and his mother are the only crabs we ever see in Bikini Bottom, apart from the occasional out-of-town crab? What did happen to all the other crabs? In the episode Karate Choppers, SpongeBob and Sandy get obsessed with karate, and there have been many people who have speculated that karate is actually a metaphor for sex in this episode. And if you replace karate with the word sex in every instance, you will notice that this theory makes a lot of sense. In the episode, SpongeBob is looking for Sandy to do some karate with her, and when he can't find her, he decides to watch some TV only to have her sneak up on him and engage him in some karate. Later the same night, SpongeBob asks Sandy to do some phone karate with him, which she declines. Later, they start doing karate in public places like the supermarket, and at some point, SpongeBob becomes so obsessed with doing karate with Sandy that he cannot concentrate on his work because he keeps seeing her everywhere. And if those weren't enough hints already, SpongeBob also has a special technique and drops phrases like safety first, which is usually associated with condoms, of course.
I'll give you a second chance, but no more karate. It's poisoning your mind. Mammals.
In addition to that, Mr. Krabs catches the two doing karate at one point and tells them to stop as karate is poisoning their minds, before smelling them as if he could smell all the karate on them and mumbling mammals. Even though SpongeBob SquarePants doesn't have any direct connections to drugs or alcohol and runs on the children-friendly network Nickelodeon, there are several subtle drug references and jokes on the show. One example is the episode Best Day Ever, which is episode 20 of season 4 and thus a reference to the holiday of 420, the day on which cannabis culture celebrates the popular drug. Since most viewers don't keep track of the number of episodes though, a lot of people miss this subtle reference. In addition to drug references, there are also quite a few sexual jokes. It seems like a lot of shows clip in some jokes for adult viewers that will be disregarded by children, yet SpongeBob includes quite a few. One of the most popular examples is when SpongeBob tells Gary not to drop the soap, which is a joke about prison rape, of course. On another occasion, SpongeBob is alone seemingly watching a show about sea creatures when Gary comes into the room and he quickly switches the channel to sports, meaning that he had probably been watching an adult movie before.
I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
The list of sexual innuendos is pretty long. Just remember the time when SpongeBob blew up some balloons that looked pretty much like condoms, but most viewers ignored these hidden jokes and references, and we cannot possibly name all of them here. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new. Also, don't forget to turn that post notification bell on so you never miss our uploads. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.